Good morning, DePauw. How is everybody? My name is Marshall Reavis. I'm a former student here from the class of 1984. Yes, that is last century for your students. I'd like to welcome all the members of the DePauw community, an exceptional faculty, committed staff and administration, and the reason we are all here, our students, talented, diverse, and hardworking. Importantly, we are blessed and lucky to be part of the Greencastle community, a partnership that has grown closer and as close as I've ever seen it in recent years. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce a fellow former student, Kathy Patterson Vrabeck. Kathy has been the tireless chair of the search committee for the 20th president of DePauw. She is a member of the class of 1985, last century, like me, and has run a professional and highly energized process to get us to where we are today. So, Kathy?
Thanks, Marshall. Thanks for the reminder it was last century, although I will note for the math students out there, I'm still a year younger than Marshall is. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes. When Marshall called last summer and asked if I would chair the search for the next president, I didn't hesitate. I probably should have, but I didn't hesitate and said absolutely. You've seen my updates over the course of the year. We had just a tremendous committee of students, faculty, administrators, and alumni trustees. The group worked just tirelessly. We had a wonderful search partner in Isaacson Miller who specializes in this. And we've had tremendous candidates along the way, including our most tremendous, Mark McCoy. Dean McCoy entered the process with everyone else in the fall and saw it through with interviews with the full search committee. And as we got into the semifinalist round, it became very clear that our next president was right here already in Greencastle. When he talked about the things that we asked all of the candidates to speak about, their commitment to liberal arts, their absolute endorsement of academic rigor, the need to maintain close town-gown relationships, the importance of creating an inclusive campus where everyone comes together and lives as one community. When we look at all of that, it became very clear over the course of a weekend that Dean McCoy was our choice and that he would be just the perfect candidate for DePauw. And so with that, I would like to introduce for the very first time our 20th president of DePauw University, Dean Mark McCoy.
Thank you. Thank you. As a musician, you're always worried when the applause is that big at the beginning before they've heard anything. Thank you, Kathy and Marshall. I am honored and humbled to be here today. A mentor once told me that no speech was ever improved through length, so my comments will be brief. I want to thank Brian Casey for bringing me here 5 years ago and for his years of attentive care for DePauw. I want to say thank you to the School of Music, faculty, staff, and students for their diligent work and their beautiful music over these past 5 years. Thank you to the members of the Cabinet for their stellar service and their support before, during, and after this transition. I thank the Search Committee for their long and significant service and the trustees for their faith and support. I'd like to say thank you to the faculty, staff, and students gathered here today, and a special thanks to the support staff that have provided this beautiful space and the refreshments we're about to enjoy for their ceaseless work to always make DePauw events first class. Thank you to our student government leaders, Craig Carter and Perrin Duncan, for serving on the search committee and for hosting us here today. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to my wife, Lisa, my children Hadley, Maddie, and Sammy, for the support and the joy that they bring to my life every day. Upon hearing the news, I texted Marshall, "Let's do good things." And he quickly responded, "Let's do great things." To make certain we understood each other, we agreed we would do good things greatly. As the DePauw charge says, whatsoever things are good, think on these things. So let us begin. In the past 5 years, my family and I have gotten to know Greencastle and Putnam County as home. We've gotten to know DePauw, its remarkable faculty, its staff, its students, and alumni as friends, and all of us gathered here have gotten to know the challenges that face higher education today as the work before us. So let us begin. As a first-generation college student, I'm acutely aware of the life-changing experience a college education can be. When I hear students talk about how traveling to Cuba with Professor Angela Castaneda completely changed their viewpoint and their aspirations, I see that life-changing power. When I hear a student talk of how a chance registration in Karen Wembley's course impacted them, or I hear alumni talk in reverential tones about the way that Professor Andrea Sununu's teaching still informs their work, even years after leaving DePauw, I hear that life-changing power. When I read about the amazing work Sharon Carreri and her students do in Uganda, I am aware of the reach of that power. DePauw changes the world, and our good work must continue. So let us begin. I look forward to embracing, continuing, and furthering our work on diversity and inclusion because we live, and indeed our students ever more so will live, in a diverse world. I look forward to listening to and learning from each of you and to supporting and expanding our academic commitment and vision because we are, above all else, an academic institution. I look forward to finding those ways that make a DePauw education possible so that students from all socioeconomic backgrounds can share in this one-of-a-kind, life-changing experience that we provide. I look forward to joining, continuing, and expanding the good work of so many as we continue to make Putnam County a great place to live, DePauw a great place to learn and to work, and our community and the work we do within it a place of which we are all proud. Let us begin.
One of my favorite parts about the School of Music is your motto, your tagline that says, "Be heard." And Dr. McCoy has assured the board that everyone will be heard. I hope you heard him say that he's going to listen, and the listening will begin. So thank you for coming today. Thank you for listening. And we're going to start, we're going to continue with the food and beverage. And Dr. McCoy and Lisa, thank you, Lisa, for being here, will be over here to meet and greet. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.